Hey, hey! What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. And I hope everybody is doing well out there. That is my fondest wish for you. Now listen, guys, I want to share this story with you and I want to ask you a question. How many people out there have been enjoying The Mandalorian or enjoyed it before you canceled it after the end of the season? Or for everybody out there who hasn't seen it yet or is watching it, binge watching it, whatever, how do you feel about The Mandalorian? I ask you this because, you know, guys, the general consensus seems to be that The Mandalorian is a step in the right direction for Disney LuKKasfilm. A lot of us are getting a big kick out of it, myself included. I did enjoy that first season. I loved IG-11, the creature, better known as Baby Yoda. And yes, I really did love The Mandalorian. All of the new characters, as a matter of fact, I did find to be quite refreshing. Now, of course, The Mandalorian is interchangeable, some of us feel, with Boba Fett, but I feel as the season went on, he really distinguished himself, aside from the whole, look and everything, He has his own personality, and, I love the score, the title, theme music, and everything like that. So yeah, I would say that it's a win right now. Okay, now it's about to go into season 2, so who knows what's going to happen from there. Difficult to see, the future is, all right? But it is exciting, you know what I mean? It's like one of the few things, like I said, that Disney LuKKasfilm did right, So we have this story coming out now that LuKKasfilm is interested in putting our favorite smuggler, our favorite general, our favorite Princess Leia, side piece, I don't know what you want to call him, but they want to put Han Solo into The Mandalorian, all right? So, I got this story here, and it's by We Got This Covered, and we all know about We Got This Covered, right? But I usually see stories like this as kind of a feeler, where they put certain stories out there to get a feeling of what the general audience might think of a certain idea or concept. So I'm a good sport and I feel like why not oblige them, all right? You want to know what I think? I'm about to tell you. All right, so this article here is on WeGotThisCovered.com, all right? And the headline goes a little something like this. Hit it! LuKKasfilm reportedly wants Han Solo in The Mandalorian. And this is by Christian Bone. Christian Bone. Wow, what a name. All right, so it goes on to say, as The Mandalorian's debut season drew on, it became clear that the Disney Plus show was more interested in tying into the wider Star Wars universe than we were expecting. Well, I mean, it is part of the Star Wars universe, so you're going to see some tie-ins. I don't think that's out of the ordinary or not to be expected. The Child's Force healing was a neat setup. People still say that, neat. It was a neat setup of the rise of Skywalker, and the final reveal of Gideon wielding the dark saber, which was badass, offered a shocking connection to the Clone Wars. And clearly, these crossovers will only get bigger and more ambitious as the series continues. For instance, one of the most iconic characters in the whole franchise may eventually appear on the show. Yes! LuKKasfilm apparently wants Han Solo on The Mandalorian. At least that's according to sources close to WGTC, the same ones who told us that blank would be revealed as a traitor in The Rise of Palpatine and that blank would die in the movie. Yes, they blocked that out. They say spoilers, so I'll honor that. All right, months before it released. And from what we're hearing, the smuggler would likely turn up in either season 2 or season 3, but only for an episode or two. Now, exactly how he'll be portrayed is a bit complicated. The Mandalorian is set after the original trilogy, though, which would mean you really need to de-age Harrison Ford to do it properly. However, it's highly unlikely that Ford will return to the role, so we're told that it seems if they simply get a random actor for the part and just CGI Harrison's face, hold up, it just did a jump. CGI Harrison's face on top of his, so that he looks like Han did back during the original films. In any case, clearly, there's a lot still up in the air about a potential part for Han Solo in The Mandalorian. but an appearance for him would be in keeping with what else we're hearing about what Lucasfilm and showrunner Jon Favreau have planned. After all, we already know that Ahsoka Tano may show up. Dr. Afra, I almost said Oprah, Afra may make the jump from the comics, and Emperor Palpatine's resurrection could also be explored. Not to mention that Favreau has also confirmed that Season 2 will feature Skywalker saga characters. Now, how exactly Han would fit into all of this remains to be seen, but The Mandalorian is shooting now, with the second season arriving this fall on Disney+, so we should learn more soon. Alright guys, well there you have it. I just wanted to drop that on you so you can see what is being put out there, you know what I mean? Like, you know, for you to consider and, you know, kind of like marinate in and, you know, put it out there how we might feel about this. What do you guys think? You know, Han Solo on The Mandalorian and Skywalker saga characters in The Mandalorian and certain ties to that whole thing. Now look, I remember doing a story last year where Disney Lucasfilm were bragging that they have, like, digital cloned copies of all of their actors who have ever been in any movies before. If I can dig up that article, I'll leave it in the comment section for you to peruse. Alright, so I know this is something that they're dying to do, and I do feel that it's probably inevitable that they're going to try to reimagine the original trilogy. It's inevitable, guys. I mean, why not? They reimagine everything that's ever been created. You know they're going to do this. Alright, and with the technology that they boast, that they have, it's just a matter of time. Now, the thing about it is with The Mandalorian, I really do feel that the success that it's enjoying is because they took the time to imagine successfully a side story, you know, its own story that could be sustainable, that could be tellable throughout a good amount of seasons and everything. And because I think the Star Wars creative crew and everything, they're struggling at the movies, I think they see that this win in The Mandalorian is something that they feel they can hitch their wagon to. So you have people like J.J. Abrams and Roundhead Johnson saying, I would love to direct an episode of The Mandalorian. Everyone is looking towards The Mandalorian. Everyone wants to suck The Mandalorian dry. You know what I mean? Like that woman on that planet last season who was trying to take off his armor for the whole episode. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to fuck The Mandalorian, basically. Everybody wants some. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on. All right, they're looking for Star Wars integrity for the whole thing through The Mandalorian. Even though the movies, the new trilogy has failed, they're really looking for The Mandalorian to try to save things. So Han Solo showing up. I heard a rumor about Luke showing up. And the thing is that you've already abused and used these characters all up. There's nothing. It's like you consider yourself having given them their arc. All right, Luke went from, you know, farm boy, you know, dreamer, to non-believer, to hero, to washout, to loser, to dead, basically. You know, so that, what more can you say? Because if he shows up here now, you just have a Luke who's on his way to being the loser that we saw in The Last Jedi in the new trilogy. You know, and it's much the same way with Han. It's like now that we already have heard about him selling Luke's medal for drinking, you know, money for alcohol, whatever, you know, what kind of Han Solo would you be getting? You wouldn't be getting the heroic, legendary General Han Solo. You would be getting the washout, deadbeat dad on his way to being a loser, estranged from Leia Solo. That's what you would be getting. And who the fuck wants to see that? No thank you. All right, so the only reason that I could think of where they're trying to put Han Solo in the story is basically to sell more subscriptions. So Disney Lucasfilm apparently has not learned their lesson. They're not thinking about the story or the integrity of the characters. All they're thinking about still is just how to get us to spend money on their bullshit platform. Now the question is, are we going to float this back to them as a good idea, or are you going to pretty much tell them, listen, I'm not feeling that, all right? Because that's where I am right now. This is the reason why I'm doing the video, all right? When I saw the story, I was like, hell no. Nah, I'm not feeling that. It's like, listen, leave The Mandalorian alone, and most of all, leave the legacy, heritage, you know, or OG characters alone. You know, leave them alone, all right? And let The Mandalorian stand on its own the same way that it did in season 1. Yes, it can be part of that universe, all right? But if you don't do the story right, and I'm not saying that, you know, Skywalker saga characters can't come through, but I'm saying if you can't do the story right and not just have it be stunt casting and, you know, and all that, you know, just to get more clicks and subscriptions, leave it alone. All right, so that's how I feel about it. Guys, of course you can get in the comment section because, as I've said for years, these people watch us. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have or don't have, or what name rings bells or not. These people watch us in these YouTube streets, all right? They watch the comment sections. They see every one of us, all right? So sound off as you will and give your opinion, you know, in the comment section. And as always, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. And when you subscribe, please hit the notification bell and hit all right? So you get all notifications. As always, you can catch me on Twitter. I have a PayPal, and I want to thank those of you who have been giving to the PayPal. So many people come into the comment section and say that they love what I do and everything. And, you know, to show that way, for those who have, I really, really do appreciate it. It's all I have going. You know, I don't, you know, do a whole lot of live streaming on this channel in particular because I have to upgrade my system and all that stuff. So showing your love in that way is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. All right, guys, that's it for now. I will catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.